Hi everyone, I'm Pratish Pandey from Educational Series. Today I have come up with a new topic, nutrition in plants. So this topic is a part of Class 7 Sprint Series. This topic is in Class 7 NCERT Science Book Chapter number 1. So let's start this amazing session on nutrition in plants. What is nutrition? First of all, in earlier classes we learned that nutrition is the way of we human beings or any living organism to get energy by the food they eat, the energy derived by the food they eat for the growth or the functions of the body. Yeah, we have learned. So same case, don't you think is with the plants? Do plant need some energy, nourishment to grow and all of the body functions? Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Plants also need some nutrition, and we'll study about how they take nutrition and make their food in this chapter, nutrition in plants. So let's start. Here are some topics will be covered: nutrition and modes, definition of nutrition, modes of nutrition. What are the modes of nutrition? Then autotrophic mode of nutrition, heterotrophic mode of nutrition, herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, photosynthesis in algae, synthesis of plant food other than carbohydrates, parasitic modes of nutrition in plants, insectivorous plants, saprotrophs, symbiotic relationships. So let's start. Before moving on, please like, share, subscribe my channel, and don't forget to click the bell icon segment below to get regular updates of my videos. And also, I want to tell you about Class 7 Sprint Series. In this Sprint Series, I'll give you 1 or 2 videos in a week about maths or science topics of Class 7 NCERT book. So let's start. I hope the spirit is very high. So now, what is the needed of food? In earlier classes we learned about what is food. Now what are the uses of food? As we have learned what is food, we have also learned about the uses of food. So let's revise, do a certain recap. Yeah. So food is used for giving us energy. It gives us energy and to work, play, and to all our daily chores and activities. Such as these food we eat like chapati, different kind of vegetable, different kind of dals, and religious food or traditional food, and a lot of things, especially in India. So what are these food giving us? These food are giving us main nutrition such as vitamin, mineral, carbohydrates, and all and blah 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 such of nutritions. 5 nutritions I'll make with you a point: carbohydrates, protein, fat, vitamin, minerals. Okay. So these nutrition, these all things provide us energy to work and play. So first, let's do a certain recap of them. So carbohydrates give us instant power, instant energy. Fats are stored for later work, and protein protect us from diseases. And vitamins and protein builds our muscles. It helps in our growth and repair our internal body parts or external body parts. And basically, most important, proteins also are present in milk. As you know, your mother says to drink milk. Yeah, this is because milk contains protein, and it's good for a lot of strong for your growth. So you'll grow as tall as a mountain. So, and last, vitamin and minerals, they protect us from diseases. So now let's proceed on when you know how are the uses of food. So food sources. Now we eat food. Now sources of food, which you can say that what we eat. So what we eat? We eat autoexidants, complex carbohydrates we learned. It's a little enhanced calcium, protein, iron, vitamin C, fat, and blah blah blah, and lot of the stuff we eat. We just give us our energy to do our daily work and play. So let's proceed. A high spirit on you and me, of course. Now, nutrition and mode of nutrition. Now, as we have learned about nutrition, basically is the mode of consumption of food by a living organism for its growth or energy given to work and play or do its daily chores of the living organism is known as nutrition. There are different modes of nutrition. In plants, because in chapter we learn about plants, so it's autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Now, what is the meaning of these words? So before learning the meaning of this word, let's see what are these words made up of. So auto means by own, I own, on our own. And trophic, auto means made by ourselves or made by ourselves, and trophic means nutrition or food, and heterotrophic means other food or other making. You have learned in your class 7, you learn. So what is autotrophic mode of nutrition? Now we earlier saw, means I said you that we learn about how the plant do nutrition. So like we animals or we human beings take food from other things such as food, plant materials or animals. You eat a lot of things from mangoes, bananas, a lot of fruits, chapatis and eggs, meat, chicken. It's all are given by either plants or either animals. So these basically, now if we are taking, because now if we take directly from plants, then we are taking food from plants only. And if we take of animals, what does animal eat? If it's a lion, then it eats animals which eat grass, and if it's a deer or a hen, then it eats grass. So basically we are directly or indirectly connected to plants. So now we are taking food from plants. So plants don't come into a house and give me food, knock, give me food. No, they make their own food. You make their own food using sunlight, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, and water molecules. So we'll see about in more detail in the later parts of the chapter. So what's here? An autotrophic mode of nutrition is the living being produces their own food in presence of certain substances or simple substances. The organisms undergoing this mode of nutrition are termed as autotrophs. Auto meaning self and tropes mean nourishment. I told you self by our own and nutrition means food, energy, food. So tropes means nourishment. For example, plants, or very only the example. So plants make their own food and we take the food of plants. Now excess food which is stored as fruits by plant, we take and consume those. So now if we take from plants, then plants make their own food for us and for basically for themselves. They don't think that humans or animals will eat me, but they think for their survival. So they make food on their own using certain simple substances. This is called autotrophic nourishments, and the living beings who do autotrophic nourishment are known as autotrophs. I hope you're enjoying. Heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So in heterotrophic mode of nutrition, a living organism consumes plant product or other animals or animal product. So here same is written. The organism undergoing this method are known as heterotrophs. Hetero means self or other, another, and trophs means nourishment. Now, this is how heterotrophs is made. For example, human beings, animals, all the animals and human beings, of course, are heterotrophs. So plants and fungi are not heterotrophs, they are autotrophs. Now let's see the classification of heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So they are classified into 3 types of animals: herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. Let's study each of them by detail. Before moving on, please like and subscribe my channel and don't forget to click the bell icon segment below to get regular updates of my videos. Let's proceed. Herbivores. Organisms that feed on plants or other plant products are known as herbivores. For example, elephants, deer, goat. These all are examples of herbivores. Sheep, cow, all. Here's an example of cows. You can see here, these are herbivorous animals. About carnivores. Ooh, lion, king of the jungle. Oh, don't you want to fight? Oh, don't fight. Let's concentrate. Carnivores. The organisms that feed on animals or the flesh of animals are known as carnivores. For example, lion, tiger, wolves. So scary. Oh, Mr. Lion, what are you staring at? Bye-bye. Omnivores. Now let's study about our beer buddy. So, omnivores are the animals, the organisms that feed on both plants and animals for their food. For example, bears, crows, and biggest of all, humans. We, me, you, and every human on the earth are omnivores. Now you'll say non-vegetarian are not omnivores. They don't eat meat, but they can eat meat. They don't eat meat. It's the religious faith. But omnivores, they are omnivores. They can eat meat. So we can say that all the humans are capable are omnivores by nature. Other examples I have told you: crow, bear, etc. Bye, buddy. See, photosynthesis. So now we learned about the nutrition in animals. What about nutrition in plants? I already told about that. Some ingredients are used for the making food of plants. But how does plant make food? So that's where photosynthesis comes in. So photosynthesis is a process by which plants make their own food using carbon dioxide and water in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. This process is termed as photosynthesis. So here our sun buddy gives light to the plant. Oxygen, carbon dioxide is taken to the air by the plant. The holes, its stomata, we'll learn about them later. The carbon dioxide enters through it, and water and minerals are taken from the ground as we water the plants, don't we? So that water is taken by plants and used in photosynthesis. So this is the rule: 6 CO2 plus 6 H2O plus light energy. This is water, chemical for water, and this is carbon dioxide plus light energy is equals to C6H12O6 and 6O2. It means oxygen and carbohydrate, or we can say starch. It's the energy source of plants. So let's move on. Now I have already told you plants take carbon dioxide from the atmosphere to the pores called stomata. Here is a diagram of stomata. It's like an opening. These, in the morning, when they take water from the roots and they reach the every stomata in a cell, in a leaf. So these guard cells are swelled with water. So they swell and create a hole in their center. These are two guard cells like rajma beans, kidney beans. Say they make a hole for carbon dioxide to enter the cell. This is inside the leaf, and here now we have already learnt in earlier classes that chlorophyll is the pigment which makes the plant give the leaves their green color. Now what is the pigment? Pigment is a natural substance which gives a color to an animal or a plant part. So chlorophyll is present in these cells which give the plants a green color, and here are these two gas cells, and the opening here it's somewhat like this, and this stomatal opening, and here from where it's the hole from which carbon dioxide enters the leaf. The process of photosynthesis. Now the plant takes some products and does photosynthesis. Now the byproducts or the release things or the waste in photosynthesis is oxygen and carbohydrate or starch, which is stored, or sugar, which is stored for the growth and development of the plant. It's a form of energy for plant. Now plant absorb the water and minerals from the root, which I have already told you. Deep penetrated roots inside the soil and transport them to leaves, water them, and they are messengers. They grab the water and take it to the leaf up through pipe known as xylem in phloem. To leaves plant various synthesis of photosynthesis of food plants, as we have learned in earlier classes. Leaf is the place or the kitchen of plant where the photosynthesis is occur. The green pigment present in leaf is known as chlorophyll and helps in the photosynthesis and also gives the green color to the plants. And after this chlorophyll holding cells of leaves in presence of sunlight, carbon dioxide and water to produce carbohydrates in the leaves of starch, which is stored in the plant as a form of energy which is used for growth and development. I hope you have a high spirit. Now photosynthesis algae. Now we have shown our plants. Algae are somewhat like a plants, slimy creatures. So we have often observed the presence of stone, slimy, greeny structure on water, ponds in stagnant water, or lakes which does not have motion. They are just not like rivers. They move from the mountains to the oceans. No, they are just in a pond. They are just stored and there is no movement. So on that, some algae, greeny, creepy like structures called algae forms on it. The green patches arise due to the presence of organisms called algae. These green patches are basically algae, which contains chlorophyll. They contain chlorophyll. They do photosynthesis, don't they? Yeah. That's responsible for its green color. Due to the presence of chlorophyll, algae are capable of preparing their own food. Photosynthesis, don't we learn? And in the same way as autotrophic plants do, so they are also known as autotrophic plants, as told you at the starting. And same process as sun body ready to give us light. It gives light to the algae, and water and nutrition are taken from the surface. It finds water and nutrition and grabs it. It's like protozoa and it takes it inside its body. Chlorophyll is present and carbon dioxide is taken from the air. So thus it does its photosynthesis and it creates its food for survival and growth. Same way autotrophic plants do. Before moving on, please like, subscribe my channel and don't forget to click the bell icon segment below to get regular updates of my videos. Let's proceed. Synthesis of plant food other than carbohydrates. Now, carbohydrate starch is made in our body, in our plant's body. Suppose you have plants in plant's body. Now, does it require other nutrients or other things for the survival? Yeah, it does. So, how does it get? So, it needs potassium, calcium, nitrogen and all these things. So, let's see. So far, we have seen that the plant make carbohydrates, but it needs other elements too. Potassium and nitrogen. But nitrogenous substances containing nitrogen, protein, vitamin and minerals are also substantial compound of food. They also need it. Not only carbohydrates, but they need nitrogen, protein, vitamins, etc. These are very essential. The source of food for plants is from soil, which contains minerals. Now, we learned that water and minerals are transported through the roots. Yeah, so these minerals, phosphorus, potassium, nitrogen, magnesium, calcium, sulfur and many other nutrients, minerals are provided to the plant, to the root. Now you will say that nitrogen is air, then how it takes nitrogen, then you will think that plants take to the stomata, nitrogen also with carbon dioxide. No, plants cannot directly use the nitrogen in the air. So ribosomes. No, what am I talking about these new creatures? How they have come in, interfere in our class. So, ribosomes are certain kind of organisms which help trap nitrogen from the air and convert it into mineral form, which can be synthesized and used by the plant. So, they convert into these minerals and they convert into soil. They mix it with soil and the plant take these minerals. Okay, I'll explain you about it later. The nutrition by plant in large quantities are known as macro. Macro means large. Macronutrients, where the nutrition required by the plants in small quantities are micronutrients. Due to the reason quality of plant depends on the quality of the soil. To get good yield of plants, it is necessary to take care of the quality of soil. What does it mean? It means now you can see a farmer, they put fertilizers and all of the manure to the soil. Why do they do it? Now, we have studied that nitrogen is very essential. So now, when nitrogen is used, so after a long time of nitrogen depletion of nitrogen occurs in the soil. That decreases the fertility. We say fertility is basically the mineral quantity in the soil. So when fertility decreases, nitrogen decreases, other minerals amount decreases, then soil becomes less valuable or being able to use by plants. As there is no minerals, then how will they survive? So farmers, and have you seen your mother adding some banana peels or some kind of manure, artificial manure adding to the plants to keep them healthy? Yeah, if the soil which has some kind of nitrogen in it, when it gets depleted, then we add fertilizers which add nitrogen in the soil, making them fertile, or adding the amount of minerals in them, making the plant stronger. This is what fertility means. I hope you got it. Now, you'll not ask that why do we put fertilizers? Important question. So, out of the minerals present in the nitrogen is a nitrogen, first of all, is a macronutrient required by the plant for plants. A lot of nitrogen is present in gaseous form, 78%, that cannot be directly used by plants. Atmospheric nitrogen is taken by plants, pharma, fertilizers. These all the things I have explained you now. Yes, you can take a screenshot if you need to. I'll provide the PPT in the description box. I hope you took the screenshot. Let's start. Parasitic mode of nutrition. Now, we not learned in the earlier. So, what is parasitic mode of nutrition? Now, we learned about plants which they make their own food. Animals or heterotrophic things which take food from plant or other animals. But there are certain kind of plants in nature that do not use chlorophyll and hence cannot produce their own food. These plants use heterotrophic mode of nutrition for their survival. Now, till now we learned about that a plant only make the food, and what is the plant? A substance or living organism that makes its own food. But not always the case. Most of the times it's there, not most, some of the times it's clear that plants do not have chlorophyll, or they have chlorophyll but they cannot use that, they are not in a rich fertile soil, or some kinds of problems are there so that they can do photosynthesis. Some parasitic plants can do photosynthesis, but they cannot survive only on photosynthesis due to sometimes something lacking like water lacking or less sunlight in cold areas. So they use parasitic modes of nutrition, or they be a parasite. Now, what's a parasite? I hope you have seen or heard this word earlier. Parasite means grabbing the host and eating. Ha ha ha! Scary, doesn't it? So now let's see examples. Cuscuta. Cuscuta is a plant or parasitic plant which makes its host on or other healthy trees with green trees which and make their own food, and it attaches itself to the host and uses its thief. It steals its food and uses for its own growth. Now, parasitic plants can even do great damage or little damage, or in certain cases or very rare cases they even kill the host plant. Oh my God! Be aware of parasitic plants. Cuscuta amabilis is such an example. It's a yellow tubular plant. It twists around the stem of the host plant branch of the tree that does not have chlorophyll. Since of a tree, it does not. It's a spelling mistake, means a little error. It does not have chlorophyll and hence cannot make its own food. So it attaches to other host to take food or to take their food. They climb other trees known as host plant and absorb ready-made food. They are thieves, of course. Therefore, plants like Cuscuta are known as a parasite to plants. Here is a kind of parasitic plant. I hope you love ECD's channel. Then please subscribe to this channel. And please leave a like. Insectivorous plants. Now, we sort of parasitic plants now have this insectivorous come in our plant category. So now, some plants are there. There are some other species in the nature which are known as insectivorous plants. These plants have modified being capable of trapping small animals, mostly insects, to make their food. Now there are two types. Some plants, insectivorous plants are there that they have to take only the animals for their survival, but some plants are there that they can do both photosynthesis, but due to some depletion of some sources they need other animal sources for their nutrition. So These plants are capable of trapping insects and digesting. They digest them and use them like they eat meat, and they use their powers. These plants are known as these plants are known as parasitic insectivorous plants. Example, for there is a mistake. Example are pitcher plants, which leaves are modified as pitcher. And what's a pitcher? Pitcher is a jug, big jug. You can see it resembles a jug. In some, it's a little thicker. So the top of the leaf forms a cover which closes or opens the mouth of the modified leaf. This is a modified leaf. This is a leaf which comes into a pitcher shape, and this is the here is the lid, which when an insect falls or animal falls on it, it closes to not to allow an animal from going up or escaping from the plant. The pitcher constricts hair-like projection directed downwards. These projections are downwards so that an insect cannot climb these hairs and get out, or their pitcher plant will be hungry. It's bad to kill someone, but how can they survive without it? As soon as insects lands over the pitcher, it has sweet aroma or sweet smell. So when foolish insects lands on the pitcher, cover of the pitcher opens and it lands and it closes, and in the digested juices and the down below they digest the insect. Oh, horror. As soon as the insect gets inside the pitcher on the top, it closes, and the insect gets knotted in the hair. It gets clogged in the hair, and it starts fly the hair bounded. The plant then digested the insect. It feels you are alive when someone is digesting you. Digest the insect with the help of digestive juices secreting inside the pitcher. There are some digestive juices pitcher which digest the plant insect. Saprotropes. So now some microorganisms like fungi use another mode of nutrition known as saprotrophic mode of nutrition. So what is this nutrition? Yeah. So this nutrition are the organisms undergoing this mode of nutrition are known as saprotropes. But what are these? So these fungal spores are present in air and grow as dark patches on food atoms and other atoms, pickles, leather, clothes, or during humid or rainy season. What is this? It means that it is the fungi which takes on other plants and other things and use it as their food. It attaches and it's used it as its food. Another mode of nutrition. They sit on dead and decaying matter and germinate and grow there, and they eat that decaying matter for the growth. They secrete a digestive juice that converts them into solution and absorb the nutrition. So like if you leave a piece of bread in a dark place, a humid place, then now after some days you will see that a white slimy kind of creature called fungi growing on that. Now it's a foul smell coming out from that. So that is that they create a digestive juice that digests the bread slowly. And they germinate and grow on the fungi grow on the food. Yuck. Yeah, this is these are mushrooms, and inside the fungi are there on it. Symbiotic relationship. Now what are symbiotic relationships? You must see you've had that Venom in the Marvel movies. Yeah, it's a symbiote. So like same, like you saw in that a Venom was acquiring a host, and they are both were living. It was benefit for the host and the symbiote. Same case, a certain organisms that live together and share food and resources. For example, there are some that these lichens, they take food and for example, these fungi, is another kind of symbiotic relationship with a kind of flower, a kind of plant. That plant give its oxygen and give its support, and fungi give its food to that plant. That is symbiotic relationship. And one symbiotic relationship is between bees and flowers. Bees help the flower to germinate or pollinate, and the flower give its nectar to eat. So this is symbiotic relationship. In this relationship, both the members are benefited. So they live together. They choose to live together and share food and resources, which benefits both of them. The kind of relationship very important for plants because there are certain microorganisms like fungi. Remember, this creature lives in the root of trees. And absorb the nutrition from the plants. The fungi in turn help the plant to absorb water and nutrition from the soil required for the proper growth of plants. Now, fungi is on the plant root and it takes food from the plant, and in turn it is grateful. Fungi is grateful. So it helps the plant, it absorbs water and minerals and give it to the plant, which is helped in the growth of plants, proper growth. So there's no problem with the fungi, no problem with the plant. So they live together, symbiotic relationship. And another example is a relations where a symbiotic relation exists between alga and fungus. Now, alga is a green. This alga is under the roots of, or is just besides or attached to the fungus, and alga provides it oxygen and all things like support to the fungus, and fungus provides this food. So this is a symbiotic relationship. Which helps, this algae contains a green pigment called chlorophyll, which helps the algae to produce food, which is provided to the fungi. Now, algae produces food and provides it to the fungi, while fungi protects the algae from drying in sunlight by enclosing it inside. So now algae is afraid of drying in sunlight. That's why it's gone humid places. So it goes inside and fungi closes it. It in part. Now it's all is here what I have told you. One important point which is left is that now we learn about symbiotic relationship, that both the plant is and the fungus is benefited. Now when we add a lot of artificial fertilizers, not natural do no harm, but artificial fertilizers, they contain chemical that can harm these fungus which are having a symbiotic relationship with the plant. So plant can also suffer a loss and the fungus is already loses life. So these artificial fertilizers, they do good to the plant, they do good to the soil, but they don't do good to the environment and the symbiotic relationship plants. And the rest is all done, rhizomes and everything I have told you. So this chapter is finished. I hope you like the video. If you like my video, please like and subscribe my channel, and don't forget to click the bell icon segment below to get regular updates of my videos. Thank you.